had to reboot the computer right before we started. And hopefully I've got everything up that needs to be up. But that made me a little flustered here before we get going. So anyways, at Forex Smart Trade, our goal is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading indicators and our best in the business one-on-one training. And we are so confident in how well our tools perform and our ability to train you that we offer a guarantee. And that guarantee is that once you've been trained, we'll let you trade with company funds. In this session, I use a couple different trades. Our signals have over a dozen different, or our indicators have over a dozen different signals on them. The two that I primarily use are something called the 10-point trade and also the thick orange line trade. A little bit more advanced than what we show you in the light course. The goal is to give you a simple trade so that you can see that it works and get you a little practiced, and then ideally get you at the point that you're confident enough in how well things work that we can get you trained properly. With that, we are required to give a little disclosure. So let's see if we can do that real quick with this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. As many of you know, I work off of, actually, let's start here. There are numerous advantages of learning to trade with us. During the trial, we've got 5 sessions where you can watch a trader trade. 3 of them are with me. Mondays at 6:30, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 6:30 in the morning Eastern time. Tomorrow you also have an introduction to coaching meeting at 9:30 Eastern time, and on Thursday evening an intro coaching at 10 p.m. and then a light member meeting on Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. As you get into the full training program, the number of live trades you have access to doubles. The free ones. We've got a trade in the morning. We've got a trade in the evening. We've got a trade on Sunday. We have additional training on Saturday, and we have an additional paid session in the evening. If you're not doing at least 10 pips a day, you should be attending these as you build up your skills and find the trade plan that kind of resonates with you. With that, as you know, I work off of a little kind of pilot's checklist. First thing is I need to make sure everything is connected and working with the new indicators. If it's on, it's right. I had a little issue getting them started, but we got them done in the nick of time. My CoinEx, I just checked that that is moving around. I can see the numbers of them. There I see the numbers moving, so we're good there. Review of yesterday. It is always good habit to review what we've done on a previous day at the end of every day. So review what we've done at the end of every day, with the reason being that we need to figure out what we did wrong so we can improve it. It takes time to kind of get your skill level to where it needs to be. And you will see some things. Oops, what did we do here? Custom period. Let's just go back to last week. Last week, all of the trades we took on these live trades closed successfully. We weren't able to actually find any 10-point trades, which is kind of my principal bread and butter trade, but we did find 3 thick orange line trades, all good for 5 pips. But I would recommend you take a screenshot when you take the trade, and if for some reason it doesn't do what you expect, review it with your coach so we can kind of give you some feedback in terms of what we're saying. So with that, last thing is we are technical traders. What that means is we trade based on price action. Our indicators are very good at figuring out where the turns, where the buys and sells are, where the market's overbought and oversold, and what the move is going to be. However, the news does impact our trading ability. So we like to know what news items are coming up so that we might be able to trade around those news items, because we're not very good at picking what the news item is going to do. And Forex Factory is one place to go to do that. Forex Factory breaks items down into yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. Right now, tonight, we're approaching 7:30. Next item coming up is the Japan Core CPI, which is yellow. We don't need to worry about. But at 9:30, which is about 3 hours from now, Australian is announcing their monetary policy meetings. So unless it's going to make it a little, since we're looking at Australian pairs, we need to make sure that we can close within the next hour or so, because I don't like to have an open trade when we get to the 2 hour before mark. And then we get clear sailing all the way the rest of the day. So let's see what comes up. And now we will go into our technical analysis. So on the 10-point trade, I am going to skip. I have up the composite chart. Composite chart is 6 currency pairs. This first chart is primarily U.S. pairs, all on a 1 hour candle. We are going to skip these for tonight. Tomorrow morning we will look at these, but it's a slow time for trading on all of these pairs. U.S. market is closed, and the European market, they're asleep. So I want to pick pairs that are going to be morning time somewhere. So morning time, it's morning time in Australia, it's morning time in Japan. So we will scroll through those pairs. And why aren't what's taking so long here? Let's do a refresh. There we go. So I am looking, I'm going to skip the euro pound because it's middle of the night. So we'll go right to Australian dollar, yen. I'm looking for situations where we are on this 10-point trade. I start with the middle chart, the majors and minors, and I'm looking for situations where the lines are either under the red line or above the blue line, the overbought line. Now, our majors are above the blue line, but they're still pointing up. I want them to be pointing down. And actually, they had started to point down, but then they have shot back up, and you can see there's a big gap here in the candle. On these candles, on the new green chart, you will see gaps in the candles versus the old green chart, which had a smoothing program in them, which is it's better to trade from. So nothing here. We're overbought, but going up. Euro Canadian is not good. Australian New Zealand dollar. We never really got oversold, but it just touched and started to go back up before it really got oversold. And we've got all the lines moving up. And I've got the green line is crossed over the red and the gray line's crossed over the black. And the lines are below the halfway mark. I will consider a trade if the lines are below the halfway mark, and they are here. So theoretically, I've got 3 points here. We were oversold. We're going up into the channel. Everybody's going up, and I've got the double cross. So 3 points here. Then I am going to look to my TNTs, and I want to count how many lines are in agreement with what I'm seeing here. And I need to have a minimum of 3 of the lines in agreement. So the thin orange line's in agreement. It is pointing up. Thick orangism is pointing down. And on the blue lines up, they're inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means down. So I only have 1 of the 3 here telling me that this is a good trade. So because of that, I'm going to pass. I'm looking for situations. I want to have that high accuracy rate, and my accuracy rate is about a little over 80%. To get that high accuracy rate, each of these 3 different parts of the signal are measuring something different. If I can get agreement across all 3 sections, that gives me a higher chance of the trade being a good trade. So I don't have the TNTs here yet in agreement with what I'm seeing here. So let's keep going. Pound yen, we will consider this even though it's midnight in England. The yen is going to be trading. We're overbought and going up. Miners have started to turn, but I want agreement with all 4. Now, sometimes if there's a conflict between the 2, I will ignore what the miners are doing and just pay attention to the majors. But on this trade, and as we all want something that's going to make us some money, we're going to try to stick as close to the rules as we can. Euro Australian dollar, the lines are oversold. Majors are going up. Minors are going up. I've got the double cross. So this is a nice, this is a setup I'm looking for. So I got all 3 points here. Oversold, everybody going up, and a double cross. So now I'm going to take a look up at my TNTs. The thin orange is going up. The thick orange is going up very steeply. Dotted blue is coming down. So I got 3 out of the 4 telling me up. This is what I normally expect to see. The last one to usually turn is the thick blue. He's kind of a lagging indicator. So I got 3 of the 4 here. I need a minimum of 3 out of 4. So that's good. Last, I want to get a point from the pressure, and I don't have it. I've got sideways pressure, the red on top. Sideways pressure typically means retracement. Retracement means we're going to go back and retrace one of the previous candles, and it's probably this one here, the one that's a little, the second one back, 2 hours back. Let us see. Let us see how many pips that is. It's about 10 pips. Let's go back and retrace this, or even retrace this one. About 10 pips. Oh, wait. Oh, no. All right. So we still got sideways pressure. I guess the one thing this has going for it is the green line is sloping up slightly. The green line is sloping up. I want to take, if we don't see anything better, we'll come back to this one and take a more detailed look at it. I want to see if we see a better signal than this. But that is a possibility, and I'm going to just write it down so I can remember it, because my memory is crap. So Euro Australian, oh no, is it the Euro Australian dollar? Yeah, Euro Australian dollar, and it's a buy. So let's look at the next chart. Canadian dollar, yen, it's in the middle of the channel, mixed signals. Euro New Zealand dollar, we have the setup, which is very similar to the setup we saw on the Euro Australian dollar. Everybody's pointing up. Two oranges are up. Thin blue is down. So 3 points here. But I get the sideways pressure. Again, the line's going up. What was that news that we saw? It was on the Australian dollar. Okay. So if we were to take one versus the other, right now, I'd rather go with the Euro New Zealand dollar, because there's no news on the New Zealand dollar coming up. But still, the sideways pressure bothers me a little bit. Pound New Zealand dollar. Oversold, everybody going up. So I got 3 here. I got the double cross. The one thing that I like a little bit more about this one than this one is the green line is a little steeper here. But we're starting to lose the cross there. Thick orange is going up. 2 blue lines going up, which means down. So we only have one of the 3 here. So we will pass. New Zealand yen. Overbought. Minors are going down. Majors aren't there yet. Gold we're not going to do. Bitcoin we're not going to do. Let's see on the next chart. Australian CAD over bought going up. Swiss franc, yen over. So we got mixed signals here. Majors are coming down, minors going up. Euro, yen. This would have been good had we been able to catch it. But again, well, no, actually, we got the green line on top here, so that would have been good. 1, 2. We only have 2 of the 4 here, though. Australian pound or pound Australian dollar. It's more than halfway to the channel, so we'll pass. New Zealand Swiss franc overbought. Majors haven't turned yet. Canadian Swiss franc just getting to the other side of the channel. So we've just gone through 24 charts and we haven't seen anything. So let's go back and look at that Euro NZD once more before we rule him out entirely. Euro NZD. All right, so I got 3 points. The oranges are going up, dotted blue coming down. I got sideways pressure with the green line going up. So the next thing I want to do on my technical analysis is I want to know where my support and resistance is, what the channel is, and what the trend is, because that's going to help me figure some things out. So I am going to open up. So I want to open up this guy first, and I am going to make it Euro NZD. So this is a full chart of one pair. So I got a 1 minute on here, a 30 minute, a 1 hour, a 2 hour, 4 hour, and a day chart. And this is going to help me determine if I like the trade or not. And the next thing I want to do is I want to look at what the 2 hour and 4 hour are telling me. And ideally, I want to see a setup that's close to what I'm seeing on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, I got everybody going up. On the 2 hour, I got people coming down. Because I don't have agreement between these two, I'm going to pass. So I don't even need to actually get to the point where I figure out what the support and resistance are. I can tell you right now, I don't like this trade because the 1 hour chart's telling me up, the 2 hour chart's telling me down. And the 3 hour and the 4 hour chart, the minors are coming down, but the majors have kind of turned and are starting to go back up. So I don't like it. When you also looking at the pressure here on the 2 hour, more steep, less steep. The line is looks like it's rolling, it's going down. Whereas here the green pressure is telling me up. Here it's not. And here the red line came on top. Usually when the red line comes on top, we will see a red candle, and then indeed we did. And so the lines are diverging here, which is telling me it's going to roll and come down. So since I don't have agreement on the 2 hour and the 4 hour, I'm going to pass. And if we could go back to the Euro AUD, I'll take a quick look at that. Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Three sideways. See, this is more sideways than the other one. The other one, both the red and green were just slightly going up, even though they're gapped. Let's take a look at. Let's change this to AU. What was it? Euro AUD. Now the other issue here is we got that news item coming up. All right, I like this one a little better. At least everybody is oversold. 2 hours, 1 hour is oversold. 2 hours oversold. Minors are starting to turn. The majors haven't turned yet. 4 hour, the majors are oversold. Minors aren't there yet. So this part looks okay to me. Everybody's oversold. But when they're oversold, they're eventually going to go up. On the 30 minute, very steep up. This is very strong up pressure. And this is about to cross the green line, even though we've got a downward pressure on the green line. Green line is going up and it's about to cross. So I like that. So let's just take a look at, let's make this the Euro AUD. And normally if it's something I trade a lot, I will have the support and resistance already on it. I want to, let's see, I'd like to have about 3 months up here. So let us draw some support and resistance on there. I'm going to lock this so it remembers that I'm trying to do this. And the support and resistance is basically where, again, we don't show you how to do the support and resistance in the light, but support and resistance is basically where the candles tend to stop. And that becomes important because because they tend to repeat. The patterns tend to repeat. So if it stops at one spot, there's a lot of built up buying and selling at that spot. Let's see, 52 to 60, 96. I'm looking at what these numbers here are. So that's 40, a little over 40 pips. On the euro dollar, these lines tend to be about 30 pips apart. But this is such gap. We don't have good. I don't like these support and resistance because we don't have enough points here to really tell where the line is. And let's see, I want to know how much room we have. So let's open it back up so I can see the lines a little better. And we're right here, so we've got about 20 pips down, 24 pips down. You can see it up in the middle. And we've got about 21 pips. So we've got room each way. Oops. And what do you say the trend is? Where shall we start measuring? Back here or over here? I'm going to start here. So we're trading into an uptrend. So that is good. And we've got 20 pips up. I'm just thinking about it. You know what? Let's try. This is another tool. We don't show it to the lights, but let's take a look. This gives me kind of like an overview of what's going on. And it breaks it down into the different time frames. And I've got a green pretty much across the board here. So let's go ahead and take a 10 pip buy on the Euro Australian dollar. I'm taking a little bit less than what we've got till the resistance line because I want to get out of it before that news hits. And I think we can get that in the next little bit here. So let's go to our MetaTrader 4 and Australian or Euro AUD, Euro AUD, Euro AUD. I don't have them, I'm going to go to File, a new chart, and then I'm going to find him, and he's probably going to be down in this third section, Euro AUD. I am going to click New Order. This demo account has 11,000 in it. So I'm going to move my decimal place over 4 spots. So I'm going to take a lot size of 1.1 by moving the decimal spot over 4. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss or take profit at this point. I am just going to put in buy, market buy. It has recorded it. And now I'm going to add my my stop loss and take profit. So I just click anywhere along the line, right click, it pulls up this menu. Let's make it 100 points is 10 pips. I click the little blue line underneath it. It records it figures out the math for me. And we're going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So I'm going for 10 pips. I'm going to have a 40 pip stop loss. Click the red button. It calculates it. The other thing I like to do is I like to check where the support and resistance are. So let's see if we can go back and do that. What happened? What happened to all our charts? Oh no, that's the wrong one. We got it over here. We got it on this guy. Let's see here. Support and resistance. That's what I was looking for. If we went 2 supports away, we would be down. If you feel like that's what you want to do, come back, which is I don't know how we see what the still figuring out how to use the new indicators here. Segment line. Let's try this. I'm just trying to see. I want to see what the number is if we were 2 support and resistances away. And I would probably have it up a little bit more, maybe to here. So 1589. That's quite a ways. We're going to just keep it at 40. 40 is going to put us 1 support and resistance away. So to recap, we took a trade, a buy trade on the Euro Australian dollar. Our take profit is 1.60812. 1.60812. Our stop loss is 1.60292. 1.60292. And I would expect this to close in the next 2 hours. It weakened, the signal weakened a little bit. How do I know that? If we go here and take a look, we've got this kink in the line from last hour. Let's see if we go back. What happened here? Euro. No, we're not current though. I'm sorry, I don't know how to manipulate this as well as I do the old ones. How to go back an hour. But when we looked at this before, there wasn't a kink in the line. So we went from more steep to less steep. I don't like that, but we're still oversold here. We're still oversold here. So I expect this to turn around. The green line is still going up. And actually, we have all 4 indicators telling us buy. So I think we're good. let's see what we got for questions. Someone is noting some differences between the old charts and the new charts. The new charts are more accurate than the old charts. They're not updating the software. John, did you get? I had them send you an invite to the Friday session. I don't know if you got that and had a chance to go, but they recorded that. What I would recommend is if you were trained on the old green chart, to start attending the Thursday session with Tyler, and then they recorded that other session from Friday. They did a training with Chris Fryer to do that, and he walks through a couple things. One of the things they are also going to do is they're going to break down, like if you have a specific question on how to do something, like my specific question is how to go back to pull the clock back an hour, how to do that. They said they use a little clock thing there, but I need to practice it a little bit because I wasn't able to do it in front of you guys. What else? Dawn, I see you here. You are on my callback list, and I almost got to you today, but a couple things came up, and I ran out of time. So I think by tomorrow I should be able to return your call. I know it's been a little bit longer than I normally like to get back to people, but we're here to help. Appreciate you being here. Again, let's go one more time to take a look at at what we got here. We took a 10 pip buy on the Euro Australian dollar. Take profit is 1.60812, and the stop loss is 1.60292. All right, thanks so much for being here, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6:30 in the morning. All right, bye-bye.